Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. Can you believe I'm doing this? So if this is the first of my videos you've clicked on, welcome. But just to catch you up, so I used to do Plan With Me's on my channel all the time. I started my channel in March 2020 because I'm a YouTube COVID baby, and I exclusively did Plan With Me's for a while with the odd haul thrown in. But I kind of fell out of love with Plan With Me's at the end of 2020. I guess in part that might have been to do with I didn't have any plans because we were still in lockdown. And I also, up until about a month ago, if that, I have run my channel exclusively on my phone. So you can do quite a lot. And I've got a video up on my channel where I talk about how you can get started with YouTube. You can do an awful lot on your phone, but Plan With Me's were particularly difficult. They just were challenging to do the voiceovers. It's really challenging if you need to restart. You don't always know how much of the video is left, things like that. So that was also part of it. But I have a MacBook now. If you haven't seen my weekly vlog where I talk to you about getting my MacBook. But yeah, so I do have a MacBook now. That makes it so much easier to do these. It was much easier to edit. It's much easier to do the voiceover. And I've been really, for the last few months, been thinking I would love to bring back Plan With Me's. And so here we are, giving it a go. I do need to apologise that this is so late because I was really behind on my 2022 planner. I was about 3 months behind because I didn't start it until March time due to some stuff that happened in Q1 last year. And I didn't ever catch up. So I spent a good chunk of the beginning of 2023 batch planning spreads from 2022. So unfortunately, it does mean I'm behind on my 2023 planner. But, you know, we're here. I'm finally doing it. So I hope you don't mind watching me, you know, plan weeks that are from 3 months ago. Whether I'll catch up or not, I don't know. I kind of think I'm probably best still only releasing one of these a week, because if I do it any more regularly than that, the chances of me getting behind again are probably quite high. So for now, until I get more consistent, it will just still be one a week of these. And then I'll be posting other videos as well, whether that's book content, sticker hauls, vlogs. I've been relatively consistent with vlogs for a couple of weeks. I am somebody who can really be very into something and then not into something though. So just to manage those expectations for you. And that's, you know, I am also a completionist, and I questionably, but I think that's ultimately what stops me from starting things sometimes, is I then feel like embarrassed if I don't finish it. And Plan With Me's was definitely something I felt a little bit embarrassed about, but we're here, we're giving it a go. I'm trying to overcome some of the personality traits that I have. So yeah, we're here. And we're posting it. So obviously I've not done a Plan With Me for a while, so please forgive me if I don't say the right things. But my planner is a Tilly Journals Functional Flexi Planner. I've used one for the last couple of years, and I've gone with one again for 2023. And the kit I'm using is Celebration from Plannerface. I do PR for Plannerface, so you can use my code CAT10 to save 10% on your orders and add my name and notes to seller to pick up my freebie. You won't be able to pick up this kit anymore, unfortunately, because it was an exclusive for Black Friday, I believe. I absolutely love it. The artist did such a good job with this set. I love the colours. It's so different. I just really, really like this one. I buy my kits from Plannerface in the full format because I mean, I don't think I could do it with the mini kit. I really like all of the flexibility that the full kits have to offer. So yeah, I do get the full one. And then the foil I'm using is from Scribble Prints Co. So this is the Golden Champagne Lights Mixed Metal Foil Bundle. I'm not 100% sure that it goes with this spread. I'm not sure it's orange enough to match the like orangey boxes, but I think it's fine. It looks kind of cute, and it gives a little bit of sparkle to New Year's week, which I felt was important. You have actually seen me plan this week before if you watched my 2022 Q4 planner flip through, because I do tend to plan New Year's week twice because I just always have done, and I really like New Year's art. But I'm thinking for 2024, I might not. Am I right in thinking that the first for 2024 is a Monday? That feels correct because it was a Sunday in 2023. So I genuinely, I don't think I'll plan it twice unless there's like loads of New Year's art I really want, because it's kind of redundant to do it twice. And if it starts on the 1st, I feel like you really don't need to. I'm not even sure if the planner would have that week in it. I should probably check, but it probably doesn't have it in. So I think I'll probably do it once. But yeah, so apologies that this will be the second time you're seeing the plans, but I'll obviously be talking through them in a lot more detail. I We'll probably say where some of the stickers are from and not all of them, just to let you know, because I will just forget. So I will have links in the description to all of my favourite shops so that you can check out where I get stuff from. And if there's any particular stickers that I don't mention where they're from, but you want to know, please feel free to comment down below and I'll be more than happy to let you know if I know where it's from. In the main, I shop from the same shop, so hopefully I'll be able to help. So let's start with the 26th. So this was Boxing Day. So yeah, if you're not in the UK, that's the day after Christmas Day, but that was maybe obvious being the 26th. So we were in Newcastle for Christmas with Stuart's family, and Boxing Day is the day when all of his family descend, and it's like a really big get together. It's so lovely. I have quite a small family, so it's really nice to be with someone with a big family. So I started the day just reading, just having a little bit of chill time, a little bit of lay in bed before we had to get up. And I do post book content on my channels. I'm in the process of figuring out which channel that's going to sit on, but you can watch book content from me if you ever want to hear me talk about the books in more detail, and I may talk about them a bit in Plan With Me's as well. We then had some buffet food. So Stuart's mum puts on a really, really good spread for Christmas. She just, there's a lot of people. When I mean a lot of people, his mum is one of 5. Each of them have 2 to 3 children. Most of them have 3. Some of them have children. So it's a lot of people, right, that come for Boxing Day. So his mum puts on like an absolutely amazing spread. There's just so much good food. It's lovely. And one thing I should say before I carry on with the plans is that I do batch task my Plan With Me's, because bearing in mind I've planned off camera myself for quite a long time. So I'm doing all the boxes, then all the character stickers, and then I come back and do the writing later on. If this really doesn't work for you, please tell me. Whether I'll be able to change it or not, I don't know, because I'm so used to planning in the way that I plan. I did pull the stickers, as you can see here, which was a recommendation from Plannerface and Beth Plans. It made doing a Plan With Me so much easier, but also I just lay the character stickers down so fast. So yeah, please do let me know if it really doesn't work. I may not be able to change it, but if you really hate it, please say, because obviously you watching this content is more important than me doing it how I love it. But yeah, so Stuart's family being there, it's amazing, but it's loud. There's like 30 conversations happening at the same time. That's an exaggeration, but there's probably 10 conversations happening at any one time. And they had the football on. I'm not into football, but I did watch it because it helped me to kind of just focus on one thing rather than being like drawn in multiple conversations. Then I marked that I had chats with his cousin Caitlin. I love all of Stuart's cousins, but Caitlin's probably the cousin I'm closest to. I'm closest in age to her. We're really similar personality types. We have quite similar sort of things that we, feel in life. So I absolutely love Caitlin. It was great to have a catch up with her. We also then, so Stuart's cousin Claire's son, Oliver, he got a karaoke machine for Christmas, and a lot of drink had been consumed by this point, and there was like 6 hours of karaoke. It was a lot. It was hilarious. It's so funny, but it was a lot. So at about 10, I went upstairs because I just needed to escape a little bit. And Stuart's aunt and uncle's dog, Poppy, is blind. And so I think she just found the karaoke so overwhelming, she'd like escaped upstairs. So I went and hung out with her. I just looked after her for a little bit. She's so cute. And then I marked that we had a late night because ultimately, obviously, we waited until all of Stuart's family left. Then we had to sort out all the buffet food and stuff. So yeah, it was a late night, but a really, really lovely day. Then on the 27th, we packed up to go home because it does take us a lot of the day to drive home. We don't live near Newcastle. This one took us so much longer than normal, though. It took us 8 hours to get home because the traffic was dreadful. I think we picked, because we travelled on the 23rd and we had really bad traffic then as well. We just picked the 2 most popular days that people are travelling halfway across the country to spend Christmas with their family. And we really regretted it. So we'll have to think about what we do in the future. But yeah, it was not fun. So I just marked that there was so much traffic, and I felt really bad for Stuart because I don't drive, so I can't even share it with him. But we did stop for a Greggs, so, that helped because Greggs is his favourite because he's from the north. Then I marked that I listened to Eragon on audio. Eragon was a book I really liked as a child. I didn't love it as much this time round, but I guess I'm probably not the target audience for it. But I got a decent way through Eragon. In fact, I might have finished it on this day, actually, thinking about it, because it was like a 20-hour audiobook. And this was before I discovered I could listen on faster than 1 time speed. Then I marked we watched The Christmas Maze. This is the place PlayStation Access YouTube series that they do every Christmas. They do a kind of like 12 days of Christmas, but it's like 12 different game challenges. It's so much fun. I don't even like, I like gaming, but nothing like, you know, I'm not a gamer or anything, but it's so much fun. I really recommend it. Even go back and watch them. Then I marked that I did my goals mind map. That video performed really well on my channel, so thank you. And I was talking a bit about what I was planning to do in terms of my goals for this year. Goals planning is something I find quite complicated, so feel free to go and watch that video if you're someone who doesn't really think you can do goal planning. I totally get that. Watch that video. I think it will help because it's a very low-key goal planning. And then I marked that I was reading some more of Merry Little Meet Cute. Then on Wednesday, I marked that we slept in, which is so rare for me, but I must have needed it. Then I marked that I was filming. I was probably filming my sticker sorting series. And again, thank you so much for the love on that series. I know it was 12 parts every Saturday for 3 months. And it just, like, it was just amazing to see the feedback on that. So thank you so much. It meant so much to me because it was a lot of work up front to get regular content going live on my channel, but it performed well. So thank you. We watched some more Christmas Maze. Then I marked I was sorting stickers again for that series. Then we had an Indian takeaway. I love that that curry night sticker really goes. Then I marked that I had a bath. I actually on my notes had put that I was also editing in the bath, which is very common for me. Before I had my MacBook, I would often edit in the bath on my phone. So it's kind of nice to get my bath time back to read rather than editing. And then I marked finally that I did some planning. Then on Thursday, so obviously at this point we're kind of back home, things are a little bit more chilled. I was doing some filming and some sorting stickers, so again, following on with that series on my channel. Then I marked some more Christmas Maze. This is all kind of, clearly I was doing the same things every day. Then I marked we had pizza for dinner and then some planning time. You know that time between Christmas and New Year that's just really like dead time? That was very much what I was experiencing. And as we get into Friday, you'll see it, but I started to feel unwell and I wasn't well for most of New Year. And so, yeah, that I think this was the start. I really needed that decompressing time. Just to interrupt, but you'll see here that I had forgotten to add the foil header overlays. And so thankfully I did go in and add them just so I could lay them because I also hadn't added the weekend banner. As I say, I'm so used to doing this off camera and I just do things in my own order, but I realised I hadn't actually added any of the foil. So I had to go back and do that. Obviously, I'd added the bougie boxes because you needed them, but I had to go back and add them. So I apologise that I think a lot of this video is actually really out of order. I like forgot to white out the headers and things like that. It's so weird having people watch you do your planning, right? It's so strange because you're so used to, like, if you don't do Plan With Me's, you're so used to doing it in your own way and no one's going to judge you. And then filming this, I realised that I think I do a lot of my planning in really weird ways. So on Friday, I marked that I did my YouTube rebrand, which is slightly redundant now in some ways, but I got the amazing gift from Plannerface for my 30th birthday last summer, which was a custom portrait from Kitnish Jess, who's my favourite planner artist. I finally swapped out and put that art into my opening for my YouTube video and sort of rebranded to match, like update the art to include that. And then I also was working on intro and outro for my reading channel, which at the moment is on hiatus while I consider if I'm merging it with my planning channel. But anyway, I did update my planning graphics, so at least that was worthwhile. I then marked more filming. I marked that I was setting up my Hobonichi. I did get a Hobonichi planner and I've talked about it on this channel before. I used it for a few weeks and then dropped it because that's pretty standard for me with planners. I was really frustrated because I really wanted to like the Hobonichi, and I do like the Hobonichi and I love watching Hobonichi Plan With Me's, but there's just something about functional planning that doesn't work for me. So I'm really upset about it and it's just sat there like next to me right now, you know, kind of glaring at me. And I bought so many things for it. So I feel embarrassed about it. I've spoken with Anna about it quite a few times about how I do feel really embarrassed about the fact that I got it and dropped it, but we are where we are. Sometimes you have to learn what does and doesn't serve you in each season of life. And that was one of those things. The other thing I just realized I didn't say is that I get the removable sticker paper, which is Anna's standard sticker paper. And I'm so grateful for it because look how many times I pull up boxes. I find planning in glossy paper very stressful because it's not as easy to pull up. Thankfully, bougie boxes do make that a lot easier to do. And it actually helps with sticking removable paper back down. It sticks better to that than it does to paper when you're like pulling it up and sticking it back down. But yeah, that's just to say I'm very grateful for Anna's paper because this is the worst bit. I feel I'm like watching it now with my head in my hands, like why so many times of me like sticking it up and put it back down. Okay, let me do Saturday because Saturday has an extender in it. So the extender is from Oodle My Doodles. It's a sideways extender. I need to get some more of those because I'm getting low. I have a stash of the other ones from Paper Sheet Plans, who's now closed. But yeah, these wide ones I don't have, and they're actually really, and often I need extenders on a Saturday and Sunday, and often I have seam boxes there, so they need to fold outwards. So I do actually need to try and pick up some more of those. Hopefully she still has them in shop. But so on Saturday, I marked that it was New Year's Eve. I woke up early and I felt unwell. It was kind of the start of me feeling unwell. So I marked it on Friday. I was not feeling good. I didn't have COVID. I did the previous New Year, but I didn't for this one. It was just like general, probably just being run down and tired or caught a cold. So it was whatever. But it did mean that I missed New Year with Stuart because I felt really, it was really important to me that he went and spent New Year with his friends, for kind of some personal reasons that we have. So I chose to spend New Year at home on my own. So I watched Christmas movies all day, basically. So I watched Christmas in Washington, The Christmas Retreat, A Glendale Christmas, Mistletoe Promise, A Snowy Christmas, and Christmas Masquerade. I don't remember any of them. There's one that like vaguely sticks in my mind, which was about an event planner who ends up planning the like Christmas ball for this like politician. That was good, but I don't remember any of the other ones. So clearly 6 in a day is too many, but I really love Christmas movies. These ones were probably on Paramount Plus, I think, because they have a really good selection of Christmas movies. If you're into a kind of Hallmark Christmas movie, could not recommend Paramount Plus enough for that. So yeah, I think I mostly watched them on there because Emma and I watched quite a few on Netflix when she'd come over earlier in December. So I feel like these ones were, you know, the real Hallmark. I really need to stop using the word trash, but you know, there are a certain type of movie, and I personally love them, but they're a certain type of film. But yeah, so I watched all of those, and I went to bed at about 10 and slept. I really didn't want to be up for the new year because I didn't want to spend it by myself. I thought, you know, the fact that I'm missing New Year is already a bit sad, but it's like really lame to then stay up and watch New Year by myself. So I did go to bed, you know, and just let it happen. Let 2023 come in without me. But that was fine. I didn't sleep great because I think if Stuart is out, I always don't sleep great because I'm always kind of like, oh, when's he coming back? Or I always worry something will happen to him on the walk home, even though it's like a 5-minute walk. But anxiety be that way. So I often don't sleep well if I go to bed before he comes home, but it was still better than like acknowledging that I was up for New Year. Then on Sunday, I marked that it was New Year's Day. We went to collect the car because I think Stuart, had he driven to Tom's and then we went and picked up the car because he must have been drinking at Tom's. Oh, because he was probably bringing like food and drink and stuff, so took the car. So we went and picked that up. And then I marked that we took the Christmas tree down. I never take it down this early. Normally I leave it up for weeks. But while I was lying there on the sofa watching the 6 Christmas movies, I got really in my feelings about the Christmas tree being up. And I was like, I want that space back. I want it because it takes up a whole corner of our room. And I was like, no, I want the Christmas tree down. I want our life back. So tree went down. Despite the fact I was unwell, we took the tree down. I was so adamant about it. Then I marked that I was planning in my Hobonichi. I was probably setting up my first weekly spread. I only did about 3 of those. And then I marked we watched more Christmas Maze, which we also did on Saturday. And then I marked I was still reading Merry Little Meet Cute. The fact that this book took me like a week to read, it's a romance and it's not a particularly long romance. So you can usually tell by how many times I mark that I read something if I liked a book or not. Because if I like a book, I'll drop everything to read it. So yeah, unfortunately, I didn't like that one. And then I marked that I had a late night, so I expect I was up late reading. So that does imply I liked the book a little bit. Well, I did definitely like it a little bit. I think I gave it 3 stars. I think, but at this point I was like, I'd been reading it for over a week and I was just really desperate for it to be done. Also because it was like, it's New Year. I can't keep reading this book. Like, it's a Christmas book. It's very much like a Hallmark Christmas movie, but about sex workers is the story. So I was like, I really need to finish this off. And that was it. That was the week. So I'm now just filling in the rest of the headers. I don't leave all of the footage for this in because I kept getting my head in shot and it was just not a vibe. So I do cut a lot of this out. So that's what I'm doing then. And then I go in and add the deco. And again, I don't leave all of that footage in because I did half of it off camera. So there's that as well. But yeah, so please let me know in the comments what you think of this plan with me. I'm very aware that I plan on an angle. I write everything on an angle as well. So I'm very aware that it's so on an angle. So if that's really unattractive to watch or anything like that, please do comment down below and let me know. It would be really helpful to understand kind of what you do and don't like. Again, I really don't know if I can change it. There's a big part of me that's just like, I'm going to have to get up the videos in the way that is quickest for me to do them. And if I'm over worrying about the angle, it's not going to happen. I think it looks kind of cute. Like, I like how it fills the like screen, but if you really hate it, please tell me. But I'm really not promising that I'll be able to change it. So I'm going to let some music play just while I finish this out, while I'm kind of fitting in my plans and stuff like that. And then I'll come back at the end of the video. And I'm just showing you the leftovers I have in the kit here. If you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate a like, any comments. It will go such a long way to helping me know if you did enjoy this video or not. Hopefully you did, and hopefully it will be the first of many more, but we'll see. And in the description, I will have links to discount codes and my Goodreads and my Instagram and things like that. So do check that out if you want to check out any more content from me. This is just me giving you a little wiggle of the foil. I hope you enjoyed, and otherwise I'll see you in my next video. Bye.